Konnichiwa Mina. Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you guys my One Piece deck profile. It is going to be a Kouzuki Oden mono green deck profile. So let's get started. So for the leader of this deck, obviously, Kouzuki Oden. 5 life, mono green, 5,000 power. Activate main once per turn. You can trash 1 Land of Wano type card from your hand to set up 2 of your Dawn as active. So very, very good. So you can discard a card to restand 2 of your Dawn. So you can get rid of what you don't need and restand any rested Dawn. So really, really good. I really do like Kouzuki Oden. I think it is a very underestimated mono green leader because like in the meta, I would say probably the top 2 mono green decks is probably going to be Kinemon leader and Kid leader from the starter deck. So those are probably the 2 mono green meta decks right now. But I like Kouzuki Oden as a character. That's why I'm playing him. So yeah, sorry guys for the glare. So here you go. Put this up a little bit. So going on with the character cards, I guess we'll start with the ones that I don't have, because this deck is incomplete. So I run 4 copies of Kouzuki Momonosuke. Yeah. Momonosuke. Here we go. So he costs 1 and he has 0 power. Activate main, you rest 1, and you rest this character. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Land of Wano type card and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So really, really, really good card. I can search pretty much anything with this deck. It could be a character card or it could be an event card. So Momonosuke is pretty staple in green decks, especially if you play a lot of Land of Wano type characters. So 4 copies of that. 4 copies of Kiku. So with Kiku's effect, she costs 3, Dawn times 1, so she has to have 1 Dawn attached. When attacking, once per turn, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 5 or less. So very, very good. Resting your opponent's characters is always good. That way they can't attack with those characters, they can't block with those characters, they can't rest those characters to do effects. So resting your characters is very, very good, which is what green is good at. Four copies of Izo, which is kind of like Kiku. He costs 3 on play. Rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with 4 or less. So really, really good card. I run 4 copies of Killer because he is a blocker and you need blockers to protect your leader. And then I run 2 copies of Kinemon. He costs 6,000 power on play. If your leader is Kouzuki Oden, which it is, play up to 1 Kazuya 9 type character with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. Dawn times 1, when attacking, once per turn, set up 1 of your Kazuya 9 type characters with a cost of 3 or less to active. So really, really good. Restanding your characters is awesome. So that is all the cards that I am missing. So more character cards because this deck runs a lot of characters. 4 of Komurasaki, which is a very underestimated card. Basically on play, you tap 3 Dawn if your leader is Kouzuki Oden, which it is. You could set up 1 of your Land of Wano type characters with a cost of 3 or less to active. So you can use it for Kiku, you can use it on Izo. You can also use it with Raizo. You can use it with Ashira Doji. You can use it with Nekomamushi. and Hinarashi. So most of the cards you definitely can use its effect with. So restanding cards is good. 3 copies of Raizo. 3 cost. When attacking once per turn, if you have 2 or more rested characters, draw a card. Drawing cards is our friend. 4 copies of probably one of my favorite cards, Ashira Doji. 3, 4,000 power. Dawn times 1. If your opponent has 2 or more, sorry guys, I'm blocking the cards here. If your opponent has 2 or more rested cards, this character gains plus 2,000. So this card can swing for 6, and plus the Dawn that it has to have, 7,000. Really, really good. And if you pair it up with Komurasaki, you can restand them, swing for another 7 towards the leader if you want. So really, really good card. Definitely one of my favorites in this deck. 1 copy of X Drake. It costs 5. On play, KO one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 4 or less. So very, very good card. 2 copies of Denjiro. Dawn times 1 when attacking. If your leader is Kouzuki Oden, set up 2 of your Dawn cards to active. Very good. Restanding Dawn is nice, so you can play other things. And then you run 4 copies of Nekamamushi. It costs 2. On play, rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less. A lot of resting, which is what this deck does best. And 4 copies of Inarashi. So it has to have 2 Dawn attached when attacking. Set up one of your Dawns to active. So really, really good. So that is all the character cards that we run. A lot of resting, a lot of restanding Dawn, restanding characters with Komurasaki. So all in all, this is a pretty good deck. I really, really like it. And then you can discard Land of Wano cards to restand 2 of your Dawn is very good with Kouzuki Oden's leader ability. So going on with the event cards, which there are not very many of. 4 copies of Paradise Waterfall. It costs 1 counter, so you have to use this during your opponent's turn. If your leader or one of your characters gain plus 2,000 during this battle, then set one of your characters to active, and then trigger, which you can activate this if it's in the life area. KO one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 4 or less. So very, very good card, a staple in green decks. 4 copies of Punk Gibson. It costs 2 counter. Yeah, have to play this during your opponent's turn. If your leader or one of your one of your characters gains plus 4,000 during the battle, then rest your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Very good to pump up your leader. Like if your opponent is attacking your leader, you can buff this up by 4,000, and maybe they can't go through. And then its trigger effect, rest one of your opponent's characters. So very good. And then I run 2 copies of You Can Be My Samurai. Main, you can rest 2 of your characters to draw a card. So really, really, really amazing card. Drawing cards is always nice. So yeah, guys, that is my Kouzuki Oden deck. Oh, and I guess I can show you the Dawn deck, which is nothing special. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So 10 of just the regular Dawn cards for now. You can get these in the starter decks. You can get these in the booster sets. I would love to upgrade these to the alternate art Dawn. Like I know the Romance Dawn one is Luffy busting out of the barrel, and then the Paramount War one is Shanks holding his hat and probably about to put it on Luffy's head. So I like that one too. So yeah, really, really pretty Dawn cards that I would love to get in the future. But since I am budget, these are the ones I have, which they do work. So like they are cool looking because it has Dawn. That's the katakana for Dawn, which is cool. So yeah, guys, that is my Kouzuki Oden Mono Green deck. So I absolutely love this deck. I really, really love it. I love Kouzuki Oden as a character, the flashback with him and Izo and Kiku. Yeah, like I really like the backstory with him and Whitebeard. Him and Whitebeard have some kind of friendship together, which is really, really cool. Definitely a card from Paramount War that I would love to add to this deck is Land of Wano. Basically, like, it is a stage card, so a stage card is basically like stadiums in Pokemon. They sit on your field, and basically what that particular effect is, I could discard one Land of Wano type card, rest this stage, and restand it on. So really, really good. I definitely want to add this to this deck. I don't know what I would take out, to be honest with you. I could probably take out an Ashira Doji, because with 3 in the deck, you're gonna see it, and this deck draws a lot. So yeah, like I might replace one Ashira Doji, maybe one Nekomamushi, maybe take out one Komurasaki, maybe one Hinarashi to fit in that stadium card. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, guys, that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my Kouzuki Oden deck. I love this deck very much. Probably my favorite mono green deck for sure. I love it. So yeah, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think of the deck profile below. And if you guys have any suggestions about how to make the deck better, I will greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I do have a Facebook. I do have a Twitter. I also do have a second channel talking about Beyblades. And I will be doing another Jujutsu Kaisen chapter review soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. So yeah, guys, I will see y'all next time. Makane.